Opening 7 minutes of Survivor Game Changers are everything good. Opening 7 minutes of Survivor Game Changers are everything good video by Cody Williams 2 days ago. Follow at TheSizzle20. Tweet, share, X, comment. The opening 7 minutes for Survivor Game Changers has arrived and the excitement is impossible to contain. Just because you've heard it 33 previous times, there's something that speaks to you when Jeff Probst reels off his iconic Survivor phrase, 39 days, X people, 1 survivor. As a fan of the show, it sets off a mental alarm that the greatest reality game show known to man is about to add another chapter. 2 days ahead of the premiere of Survivor Game Changers, we get to hear that wonderful line. By now, we know all about the cast with 20 returning players that all had, or allegedly had, a lasting impact on the game of Survivor. What's more, there have been numerous revelations about what will transpire in the 34th season of the show, including a change in voting and confirmed early tribe switch, among other things. At that point, though, all that's left is the premiere of Survivor Game Changers to kick things off. While it may not be the full 2 hours, we've got an appetizer. On Monday, Entertainment Weekly released the opening 7 minutes of the first episode of Survivor Game Changers. Before we say anything else about it, just enjoy it for yourself and prepare for giddiness. Oh, yes. This is what all good things in the world feel like. Booming confidence of past Survivor winners, the apprehension of playing against such a loaded group of castaways and, of course, Probst giving everyone the rundown of what's about to transpire. There really is nothing like it. Trying to tone down the levels of excitement, though, there are a few things to take away from what we see in the first 7 minutes of Game Changers. First of those is who gets confessionals to open the season. The lucky quintet to be featured in that regard are, in order, Tony Vlachis, Malcolm Freeberg, Sandra Diaz-Twine, Siri Fields, and Debbie Warner. Does that necessarily mean anything beyond look at the great characters coming back to play? Not necessarily, but it's worth keeping in mind surely. What's also of note is the moment between J. T. Thomas, Sandra, and Siri on the ship while talking to Probst. In a season with 20 returning players, it's always near impossible to gauge how alliances will shake out. However, there's at least a hint of a possible bit of bad blood between J. T. and both Sandra and Siri that may surface somewhere down the line. Perhaps the most interesting thing that we see, however, is actually a combination of things. Probst emphasizes the need for castaways to be aware this season. That obviously means there are going to be some twists that require such traits to be able to take advantage of. Interestingly enough, though, the camera focuses on Michaela Bradshaw soon after and just before the dash for supplies, and she is fixated on something. Is that a hint that she may be using her awareness to find something to her advantage already? Unfortunately, the first 7 minutes of Game Changers isn't long enough to tell us that, or even long enough to see who dives in the water for both tribes. However, it is enough for fans to start anticipating March 8th at 8 o'clock p.m. Even more so, and to make everyone wonder how Jeff Probst ended up on that shipwreck.